So hi, I'm a 10 of 360. I'm an animator. Alright, no, for real, I started animating in July of 2011 when I was only 10 years old. Not a lot of improvement happened in those first few years, I'll be honest. There's a lot of Sonic OCs. But here we are, 10 years later, and I'm still doing this. I'm 20 now. It's half of my life has been dedicated to this, and I've loved every second of it. I just love creating shit online for people to view and laugh at, or laugh at me because I'm a fucking idiot sometimes, you know? It's just crazy to me that half of my life, literally, I'm only 20, and half of my life has been dedicated to doing this. And here I am, look at what I've achieved. I mean, I'm not fucking the most popular person in the world, nor do I aspire to be, but I've gotten a hell of a lot farther than I ever thought I would have. I have you to thank for that. And I'm in the middle of hosting a large-scale community collaboration, so I couldn't do something big and special to celebrate. So I just went to Twitter and YouTube and asked you guys to give me a bunch of good questions. And my expectations were not high, but reading them, you guys did pretty damn good. Now I've only skimmed most of these, and I haven't really put much thought into them, so a lot of this is going to be improvised, which I think is good, because it'll come from the heart. Other than animation, what other hobbies do you have? Oof. I don't really have any other hobbies. I guess music is a hobby, I suppose. Would you count just creating content in general? Shut up. I guess just creation. I love creation in general. I'm not a big gamer though. Favorite RHG/dual animation. Oof, man, that's gotta be Gilded Guy vs. Oxob. I'm sorry, that's just so fucking awesome. Gilded Guy, man, he is one talented dude. Can I just borrow some of that, please? How do you motivate yourself when it comes to animating? And do you ever take any art or animation school classes, or you learn everything all by yourself? So I'll start with the whole school portion. I did not go to school for animation. Again, I started when I was 10, and now I'm here, just 10 years later. I mean, I just did this purely as a hobby, because I thought it would be cool and interesting, never taken a class on animation, nor do I ever intend to. I also just generally don't like art classes, because it's just, for me at least, it feels restricting and limiting, but that's probably just a me thing. I know that for some people, art classes have helped them a lot. For me, it's just very demanding for stuff that you're not interested in most of the time. Like, I'm an animator. I do stick figure animations. My style is very cartoonish. I feel like most of the stuff that they teach in art classes doesn't really apply to me. Or I'm just stubborn. I'm probably just really stubborn. Who do you think is the hottest Toolist? God damn it, Diango. I don't fucking know. Let's see. This isn't stuff normal people think about. Let's see. Anybody who looks pretty? Anybody at all? Can I even think of a female duelist or HG off the top? I mean, there's Jade. Is that blonde-haired one that's green that Arzon fought in his first duel? That's all I know about her is her looks. But they're stick figures. They're fucking stick figures. How are they hot? Ay. Do you see yourself doing animation ever as a full-time career, or would you rather have a different job and do animation as a hobby? This is a question for the future, not really for the present. That's a good question. That is a really good question though. As far as like animation job titles go, like as in studios, I'm not interested in working for a studio. My ideal career is to do this for a living, just creating content in general. I want to do so much more than just animation. And don't get me wrong, I love animating. It's my pride and joy. But I also love making commentary videos. I love making community collaborations, music. I want to be able to make live action stuff one day when I have the appropriate equipment for my desires. So I guess YouTuber would be my dream job. Are you gonna do another public Soundline challenge anytime soon? I've thought about it, but I don't think I will. At least not at the moment. That's subject to change. I don't know, just wait, we'll see. It's not something I feel strongly enough about to rant about. Who's my favorite RHG? Gilded Guy? I'm fucking biased as shit, alright? Who were some of your best mentors/supporters you had to help you pursue animation? You guys, I guess. You've been my best supporters. You've been rooting me on for 10 years. I mean, of course, some of you much longer than newer ones, perhaps. Even if you've just been following me throughout Hyun's dojo, that's been hella supportive. I don't know, I've never had mentors, I've never had a teacher for animation, because I just don't, I don't want to learn animation. I'll teach myself. Will you rap battle me? Can you handle it? Bitch, do you know who I am? I'm the creator of Pseudo Memo Rap Battles. I'm hot shit in the rap battle community. Everyone knows who I am. I don't know, maybe, probably. It sounds fun. I do still do rap battle stuff, but I don't really push it out there. So if you hear someone that might sound like my voice in a rap battle you find in the fan-made rap battle community, it's probably me. Best time period of your animation career. Now, right now, not even kidding. This has been fucking amazing. Especially with these last 3 collabs, Stuntman, YouTube Rewind, and the most recent Stuntman. Seeing the kind of people I can attract to come together and focus on the same project is absurd to me. Like, I'm looking at some of the work in progress parts for Stuntman 2 recently. I'm kind of cheating a little bit. But they look fucking amazing. You guys are doing great. I love it. So yeah, definitely right now. Happy 10th anniversary, brother. Thanks, Grav. Need advice on making motion smooth, not jittery as shit. That's my question. Also, more rap battle when. As for making your motion smooth, I'm not great at advice is the thing. I'm shit at giving advice in terms of animation. Practice makes perfect. Use storyboards, tutorials if that's your thing. I don't know. Please never ask me for tips about animation. Everything else, like music, vocals, fucking collaborations, I could lecture you for hours on that if I wanted to. Animation, for some reason, it's the main thing I do, and I can't explain myself. As for rap battles, there is one in production. Made by a friend of mine. I don't think I can tell you what it is yet, nor when it will be released, because I think that's all still up in the air. Maybe I'll announce it once it releases. We'll see. Again, I'm not too public about the whole rap battle stuff. That's really just for me. What do you think about cow juice? All right, great start. You got a girl? No, I am single. I do not have a girlfriend. I have been single since my freshman year of high school. I've graduated college. I'm just a lonely little shit, aren't I? Why is your name a 10-360 and what made you think of the name? I started animating in 2011 using Flipnote Studio for the Nintendo DSi, and the community that they had was called Flipnote Hatena. But also at the time I had an Xbox 360. Flipnote Hatena, Xbox 360. Shitty username. What animation programs have you tried? Example, Flip Clip, Stick Notes, get the point. So, I have tried a few of the mobile programs like Stick Notes and Flip a Clip, not for long. I started out with Flipnote and then I went to Flash CS3 and then Flash 8, which is my mainstay. I've also tried Adobe Animate 2019, Flash CS6. I tried out Flip a Clip and Stick Nodes and Sticks and Pivot, but those were all very short term, like a day or two. So I've messed around with quite a few. Not all of them are worth mentioning though. Are you afraid of meeting certain expectations in life? Sheesh, okay. I'm afraid of meeting my own expectations, I think. Because I've set a high bar for myself, but I also end up trying to meet everyone else's expectations for me. Because even though my expectations for myself are high, compared to what everyone else expects of me, like my family, they're high in a different way. I don't know. It's hard. That's not a wah. Cut that one. Cut that. How are you able to manage time for school and for anime? Uh-oh. I have no idea how I passed school. I'll be 100% honest with you. I graduated college in 2020 during the pandemic. I am dumbfounded that I got good grades at all, because in all honesty, I did the smallest amount of work. I did just enough to get by. I didn't go out of my way to over-exceed in any particular assignment unless it was related to something I was passionate about. Like that paperclip animation was for a school project and I got 100% on it, but really I was just doing something I loved doing. But like, oh my, I genuinely, with a passion, despite despise school. You could not pay me any money to go back to that hellhole. So when I say this, school's important. I'm aware school is important under certain circumstances. And if those circumstances fit whatever you're there for, ignore what I'm saying. I just fucking hate school. I'm very fucking biased on that. I did the absolute bare minimum amount of work. I finished all of my assignments last minute, like an hour, 30 minutes, a minute before they were due. Every single assignment, pretty much from midway through middle school all the way through college. If my mom finds this video, she might be a little mad, but I never studied. Very rarely, I think maybe 3 days of my entire college year, I picked up my books to study 3 times. Just 3 times, probably, at most. Aside from that, everything else was done like super last minute. Either I got my assignments done in class before the bell rang, or I just waited until I was about to turn it in. And you know what? That was fine. It worked somehow. I ended up having to do some revisions, but I mean, even those were fucking last minute. I spent every ounce of free time that I had animating or making content online, doing anything but homework or studying or anything related to school. If I was not in school, I was not working on anything related to school. School was non-existent to me anymore. I was working on my YouTube channel. I was working on a song that probably ended up never releasing. I was working on a community collaboration. Hell, even during school, I would animate. That's what I wanted to do. And school wasn't going to help me pursue that at all. So why would I focus on anything in school if none of it applied to me? I understand there are some things in school that are mandatory, that are very reasonable to be taught. And those things I tried my best to pay attention to. But 90% of what I learned, I couldn't even tell you. Honestly, if I dropped out of high school, I might be better off right now. Because to me, it was just a huge fucking waste of time. Anyway, wow, I went on a fucking rant, I'm sorry. School is still important. If you think it applies to you, please try your hardest. But if you end up dropping out of school because Hatena 360 said so, that's not my problem. I didn't say that at all. This is coming from a personal perspective. If you were to meet any famous animation YouTuber, who would it be and why? I think it'd just be people from the dojo, really, like Hyun, Teleperte, Gilded Guy. Not really because they're famous, but because they're friends of mine. Admittedly, Hyun and Telly more so than Gilded Guy, but I mean, still, meeting Gilded Guy would be pretty cool. Just meeting anyone from the community, really. That's all I want. Who's your first ever inspiration that make you animate, and who is the biggest one up to date? So my first ever inspiration was a Flipnote animator who went by the name of Zlargy, but now I think he goes by Axe today. The first animation that I saw on Flipnote Hatena was his, and I think I just kind of stuck to that because it was the first that I had seen. So I ended up watching all of his stuff. I fell in love with his style, and even though I don't really know anything about him anymore, he's probably the guy that really got me going. As for now, it's probably Shuriken. Shuriken has definitely been my biggest inspiration. I was still animating in Flipnote when I discovered Shuriken's content. And as soon as I discovered Shuriken's content, my style of content completely shifted. And honestly, if it wasn't for him, I might not be here today, because a lot of my current style is reflected from what Shuriken did. And I was very influenced by pretty much everything that he did, up until the point that he announced that he hated animating. So I don't really look up to him much more than that. I think he's still a really cool dude. Me and him are chill. But as far as animation goes, I think he was my biggest inspiration for a while. I think that reflects, so I don't really need to tell you that. Have you taken care of yourself today? Also, what 3 things would you wish for from a genie? Yes, I've taken care of myself today. Thank you, Nyan. As for the 3 things I would wish, oh wow.
World peace.
What's some other generic shit people say?
I would wish to fly.
I mean, I guess flight would be pretty cool. Alright, legitimately, I would wish to be able to love myself. Fuck, that's all. Can I just use it? Oh, that's my only wish, really. Wanted to ask you this for a long time. How did you actually meet Robbie24, and what most do you like about him or his animations? So Robbie is a super talented animator, and I look up to him, really. His animations are incredibly fluid. He's improving on the daily basis. I think we actually met because he was a fan of me. I think he was participating in a collaboration of mine. And I mean, that's really how I met quite a few of my friends, was through my collabs. So he participated, and I guess we just started talking from there. I don't really know, man. What project are you most proud of? I'm Not an Imposter, which was a music video and a song that I had made with a friend of mine, Sumik. I'm proud of it because I pushed myself farther out of my comfort zone, directly tackling the imposter syndrome that I was facing at that time. Still am, but not as bad. I've been very self-conscious about my voice and my vocals, you know, my singing ability. So making a song about it and pushing myself way farther out of my comfort zone than I had ever intended, I think that's why I'm so proud of it. And the fact that so many people liked it, a lot of my friends showed an immense support for it, that's what made it successful to me. I mean, compared to all my other stuff, it really underperformed, but I'm just proud that I did it. The lyrics, there's so much symbolism in just the lyrics in the music video itself. Sumaik did a fantastic job on the instrumental as well. It's just, I'm just proud of it in general. The only thing that I don't really like are my vocals, but then again, that's the main thing I'm trying to tackle, so. Oh, what inspired you to make animations in the first place? Back in 2011, my parents gave me internet access on my Nintendo DSi, and I downloaded all the free software, which included Flipnote Studio. And I just kind of picked it up and started, especially once I saw what the Flipnote Hatena community was making. I think that's really what pushed me to start pursuing animation. When is the next Twitch stream clips video, and what are you planning to do with your second channel? I think commentary really fits you. Like, are you planning to do maybe animation reviews? There's a lot in that one. Okay. So the next Twitch stream clips video, I'm glad you guys like those, honestly, because I think they're some of my favorite videos to make. Very soon, actually. I do them every 6 months, 2 every year, because I don't really stream full time, so there's not enough clips for me to do them like monthly if I wanted to. So I think 6 months is a healthy time span for me as an animator to do a Twitch stream clips video. So that should be coming out this month or next month, depending on when I find time. As for my second channel, I don't really plan to do reviews on animations unless I feel really strongly about an animation I find. I'll leave all of the reviews to the people who know what they're talking about. I do have a lot of ideas for the second channel. I have a bunch of them listed down. In fact, there's one that will be going up on the second channel hopefully soon that has tarot in it, and I just talk with tarot about a funny subject, so look forward to that. Oh, there's a lot of questions in this one. How did you manage to keep at it for 10 years? ADHD, I'll pit that one up to ADHD. Can you give me a pro tip on animations? I can't because I'm no pro, I'm a hobbyist, I guess. My key thing is just make sure you're having fun so you don't fall into the shuriken complex where you end up doing something you hate because you think that's the only way it can be done. So just make sure you are enjoying yourself if you're animating. Anything you want to improve on right now, not just animation? My singing. Mostly my confidence, but singing. You said Shame's story is probably coming to an end. If so, will you come back with a new Toolist or just end it with Shame? So I do plan on ending Shame's story at 8 episodes. Right now I'm working on the 6th one. I'm kind of struggling on where I want that one to go, but I know for a fact that it will end on the 8th episode. As for a Duelist after that, I'm not sure. I don't think I'll make another Duelist because I really honestly don't care that much about Dojo Duels. I was more so using Dojo Duels as a platform to find other people's characters and use them in a fun way. It mostly benefited the story to have them all come in, but I don't really care about anything else from Dojo Duels as much as I'm sure it hurts certain people to hear me say that. I just don't really care for it. You know, if it's your thing, if that's your drive, continue doing it. I think some Dojo Duels turn out fucking amazing. Just not really my thing. But if I do intend on making another Duelist, it's probably gonna be Photon, Alan, or Adon. How did you find Taro and what made you become friends? This is another situation where Taro was wanting to participate in my videos, and then we started talking from there. I've known him long before he blew up. In fact, watching him blow up was really interesting. I'm super proud of him, man. But yeah, no, he was a fan of me and wanted to participate in my videos. That's how we met, I guess. I think it was during the 360 collab that he participated in one of my animations, but I'm not 100% sure about that, so don't quote me on that. Were there times where you felt like giving up with animation? If so, how do you pull through it? So, in the 10 years that I have been animating, I haven't taken a single break. If I have had burnout, I pushed through it. I've disciplined myself very well when it comes to animation. I've gained this unhealthy mindset. I'm a workaholic, so I'll just work until the day that I die. So I've never really had the thought of giving up animation. So I'm sorry, I can't really help you there. What are the most memorable memories you have in YouTube, the community, and maybe also Twitch? I think on YouTube, that was probably when Meme Dream started to blow up. I mean, ironically, as much as I hate Meme Dream and how it blew up, seeing that could happen, that potential was there, that was crazy to me. And then in the community, oh my god, dude, there's so many. There's so many things. I think it's the culmination that so many people in the community know who I am. Like, I have a present name in the community. There's people who look up to me, which I can't comprehend. So I couldn't pinpoint one memorable moment because so much has happened in this community. As for Twitch, it has to be the Australian wildfires charity stream. That was super fun, and I want to do another charity stream soon. I don't know when that's going to be though, so I guess stay tuned for that. What do you enjoy in animation the most that keeps you doing it for so long? Is it the process, or is it knowing the finished product will look good, or something else entirely? Okay, that's a good question. I just enjoy the process, but I've also disciplined myself to the point that I can just animate really without thinking about it. I mean, I enjoy the thought of it. I enjoy setting everything up and then executing it. Sometimes I'll get tired of the animation, but probably like 80% of the time, I'll follow through the project. And then of course the finished product and seeing everyone's reactions to it, that makes everything even more worth it. So it really is just a me thing. However, if you are struggling to find motivation, a strange tip, I mean, it works for me, but just try getting bored, completely bored. Bring yourself away from anything that can help you create. Like go out for a walk and bring some music with you. Just play some random music, maybe something you've never listened to, and just let your mind wander. If you're on the bus going to school or something, just take that time, stare out the window, and just space out. I think that's really what's kept me going, is I especially have the ability to just kind of remove myself from reality and just enter like 5 different fictional worlds at once. I mean, that's probably just my ADHD, but it works. So I think that about does it. Half my life, man, has been dedicated to this, and I don't regret a single thing. Well, there are a few things I regret, but for the most part, in general, I don't regret a single thing. I appreciate you all so much for being here. I don't know what to say, really. Really, animating and just being in these communities has changed my life for the better. I love doing what I'm doing. I've been put in a position where I have people who want to hear from me, or they want to see stuff that I make, which is crazy to me. So I'm seriously grateful from the bottom of my heart, and I don't intend on stopping anytime soon. With that said, I'll be working on Stuntman 2. I'll just be trying to maintain that, make sure everything is clear. If there are any questions that come up, I gotta make sure I can answer them in a timely fashion. Also, it was like 3 days into Stuntman 2, and there's already 100 entries. I'm sure there's more than that now. I haven't really checked, but holy shit. In Stuntman 1, I got a maximum of maybe 450 entries at most, and that was absurd to me. We still have more than 5 weeks left. So I think I'll end this there. Thank you all for watching. If you're new to the channel and you want to see me and where I go from here, please consider subscribing. It genuinely does help me. And if you're interested in my second channel, that'll be in the description as well. And if you want to participate in Stuntman 2, there will be an end card here for the trailer for it, and you can see what's up. So anyways, that's all from me. Thanks for sticking with me for these last 10 years, and I'll see you all in the next one.